What's happening? Joe's Picks here with some more free daily leans and picks. Had a free pick winner yesterday. We took the Green Bay Packers at -2.5 against the Tennessee Titans last night, in which the Packers actually put up a really good game and pretty much blew out the Titans. However, it was a weird day in basketball yesterday in which the Knicks beat the Bucks, the Nets lost to the Hornets, and the Cavs beat the 76ers, and not to mention the Mavs blew out the Clippers by 51. So a pretty weird day for basketball yesterday. But for more of my premium picks, strongest plays, and more, head over to joesleansandpicks.com. But for now, let's get into today's free leans and picks for this Sunday, December 28th. Down at the bottom of the screen, you can see our free pick for today is the Buffalo Bills -7 against the New England Patriots tonight. But for our leans, our first lean is the Badgers, Wisconsin Badgers at -9.5. Taking the Brooklyn Nets at -4, hopefully bounce back there. And we're also leaning towards this Hawks at -10 tonight. And for our first lean, we are leaning with the Wisconsin Badgers over Maryland tonight in some college basketball action. And Wisconsin's scoring ability, they've actually scored pretty well throughout the season. They're averaging 78 points per game and have actually dropped 80 plus points in 4 of their 9 games this season. Maryland can score as well, however, they struggle against good teams. And Maryland's 3 losses, they've scored 51 points against Clemson, 60 points against Rutgers, and 70 points against Purdue. So in the big game, in the big moment, Maryland struggles to score. And this Wisconsin defense is one that is actually pretty dang good. They've only allowed over 67 points in a game one time, and 4 times they've allowed less than 60 points in a game. So 4 out of 9 games they've allowed less than 60 points, which is pretty darn good. Mix that with Maryland struggling against good teams. We are leaning towards the Badgers at -9.5 tonight. And getting into our second lean of the day, we're leaning towards this Nets team -4 over the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, I know there's no KD tonight, but the Nets still have plenty of scoring ability, and remember, they have Kyrie Irving, who is an absolute beast. The Nets also took a loss yesterday against the Hornets team that played pretty well against them, but look for the Nets to bounce back in this one. And with the scoring ability the Nets have, combine that with the Grizzlies' poor defense, who has allowed 131 points to a Spurs team and 122 points to the Hawks. And was actually thinking about taking this as my free pick for today. However, the Nets, this will be their first back-to-back of the season. This will be the second game of a back-to-back. So will they have their legs under them? Who knows? However, the safer lean here would be to lean towards the Nets at -4, considering the Grizzlies have not been very good defensively this year, and Kyrie Irving will look to bounce back after a loss. And also, not to mention, Karis LeVert will be filling in for KD tonight and is a pretty darn good player who, when hot, can score the ball from just about anywhere on the floor. And our third lean of the day, I would say, is a small lean, just because it's a lot of points to cover, but we are leaning towards the Hawks at -10. They've looked really good in the early going, and the Pistons really have not. And Detroit's going to be without Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose in this one. In their first game, they lost against the Timberwolves by 10, and in their second game, they lost to the Cavs by 9. And both Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose played in those games. So without them tonight, it's going to be a struggle against the Hawks, who have been playing pretty well. So we are leaning with the Hawks at -10. And for our free pick of the day, we are taking the Buffalo Bills at -7 against the New England Patriots with some Monday Night Football action to try to push our free pick record to 2-0 for the week, have a nice start, and continue our run and try to improve our run to 6-3. And to begin, does this game have meaning? Yes, this game does. The Bills are actually still contending for a number 2 seed, in which a win in this game and next week will secure that number 2 seed. And also, this could be the first time since 1999 in which a division opponent has swept the New England Patriots. And if you don't think that's in the back of the Bills' minds in this one, you're crazy. And also, this Bills offense has been playing really well this year, in which they are 3rd in pass yards per game. They are 6th in points per game, And the Bills are actually riding a 4-game win streak coming into this one, playing some pretty good football as of late. On the other side, the New England Patriots actually have a pretty good defense this year, actually a really good defense, and their pass defense has actually been phenomenal as well. However, they will be without their star cornerback, Stephon Gilmore, in this one as he suffered a partially torn quad against the Dolphins in last week's loss. And that means Stephon Diggs is going to be out there with no Stephon Gilmore covering him. And that's going to be a scary sight. And back on the flip side, this Patriots offense has struggled just about all year. They are 27th in the league in points per game. And considering they're out of the playoffs and how poorly Cam Newton has played, who knows what we're going to see in this one and how much effort we're going to see from the Patriots to continually push the ball down the field and score. But we know for sure that the Bills are going to be trying to score every possession they have to try to win this game, win it by a decent margin, and cover the spread at -7. And those are our free daily leans and picks for today here at Joe's Picks. Trying to push our free pick record to 2-0 to start this week and continue our 5-3 run. For more of my premium plays, strongest picks, and more, head over to joesleansandpicks.com, and we'll see you.